Hello everyone, welcome back to the video tutorial series of the web development. From this lecture we are starting a new unit, that is your unit 4 PHP basics. Okay. Now topics to be covered in this lecture, that is server side scripting language, server side scripting introduction, client and server, client side programming, then PHP introduction. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to cover in this lecture. Now, before starting, we should have the server-side scripting introduction. Okay, so the server-side scripting introduction, that means what? Using this, by seeing this figure, you can see we required the maintenance of the website. Okay, we required a proper layout, then proper functioning if there is any extra facility that is available from the server side, then attractive layout of that particular website. Okay, so we required many type of maintenance for the website. Okay, so that is what we just by designing the website it will not work properly. So to functioning it for the functioning of that particular website properly, we require the server side scripting language. Okay, so we are going to learn what is server side, what is client side, then what is PHP. Okay, because PHP is in our syllabus for the server side scripting language. Now, introduction for the server side scripting. You can see here server-side scripting is a technique used in the web development which involves employing scripts on the web server which produce a response customized for each user's request to the website. Okay, so here you can see what is the server-side scripting. It is a technique that is used in the web development which involves the employing script. Okay, on a web server, that means we are doing the server side coding, server side programming. The alternative is for the web server itself to deliver a static web page. Okay, script can be written in any of the language that is available for the server side scripting language, that may be PHP, Python, etc. Scripting is distinguished from the client side scripting where the embedded scripts such as JavaScript are run client side in the web browser, but both the technologies are often used together. So here you can see the both technology can be used, that is JavaScript which is run the client side and other is a server side scripting language. Now, to learn about the scripting language, we should know the concept about the client and server. Okay, so you should have the better idea about the client side scripting and server side scripting. Basic way, client that means what? Who is requesting something, and server that means what? Who is replying something. So here, to whom we will consider as a client? To all the web browsers which are going to request something that is based on the user's requirement. So that web browser is known as a client. And web server who is going to reply according to the request come from the web browser. So that is what? Server. So here you can see web development is all about the communication and data exchange. This communication takes place via two parties over the HTTP protocol. Now all of you are aware about the HTTP protocol that we have learned in the first chapter, that is HTTP request and HTTP response. Now client and server. Okay, so what is server and what is client? So as I told you in short, server that means what? Who is going to reply, and client that means what? Who is going to request. So let's see the proper definition for client and server. The server is responsible for serving the web pages depending on the client and user requirement. It can be either static or dynamic. Okay, so server can display the static or dynamic web pages. Then client. A client is a party that requests the pages from the server and displays them to the end user. In the general, a client program is a web browser. That means whatever the response it received from the server, that should be displayed in a proper way to the user. So user can see that particular request. So client has the responsibility to render that page. Now this example also we have learned previously, which are the steps that is involved in requesting the web page and replying that particular web page. So user start the browsing, for example google.com. The client forwards this request to the server for accessing their web page. Okay, so client, that means web browser, will forward that request to access that particular web page. The server then acknowledges the request and reply back to the client. Okay, so server then acknowledges the request and reply back to the client program, that means to the web browser. The client then receives the page source and renders it. So it will render that particular page. So according the tags that is used in HTML document, that should be displayed properly over the client screen, that means on a web browser screen. Now the user types into search bar. Whenever you just type the google.com, it will open the home page of the Google, and in the Google search box you can type anything that you want to search, and whenever you will just press the enter, it will redirect that request to the web server, and web server will reply according to the keywords that you have typed in the search box. Okay, so here whenever this client will receive that response, client again renders it and back for the user's view. The user gets access to the requested link. So for example, you have searched for the web development, you just type the web development and you press enter, you will get the numbers of related link for the web development in the Google page. Okay, so these are the ways so how we can access the web pages. And here HTTP protocol is used. You learn about the HTTP request and HTTP response. So whenever you are requesting the web page, that means HTTP request will be used, and whenever server will reply back according to your request, HTTP request will be used. Next, server-side programming. Server-side programming can be explained as it is a general name for the kind of the program that runs directly on the server. You can use the program, you can type the program for the client side also. Same program you can run the server side also. So that means what? It is just basic the server side program that runs on the server. Okay, you can do the arithmetic operation in a client program also, and same arithmetic operation you can perform by the server also. Or we can say that server side programming must deal with the dynamic content. Okay, so mostly the server side programming used for the dynamic content. For example, whenever you have the database connectivity with your project, that means you can insert, update and delete the data. That means what? A dynamic management of the data. It runs on the server. Most web pages are not static since they deal with the searching database. Now, which are the server side users? It processes that user input, it displays the requested pages, it defines the structure of the web applications, it provides the interaction with the database. As I told you, insert, update, delete, you can do the data in the database. Querying the database. For example, you have the database of the student and there are numbers of department is there. For example, IT students, C students, etc. And suppose you just want to the data of the CE students, then you can query in the database specific for the C student. So that means querying the database you can do. Encoding of the data into HTML, then operations over the database like insert, update, delete, etc. So as I told you, in querying the database, you are querying the database for a particular students like C department. So that is what you can retrieving that data, you can selecting that data. Okay, so such type of functions you can perform on the client side, so on the server side. Now, which are the server side languages? So here we are going to learn the PHP, okay, and there are numbers of other languages available, that is ASP.NET, C# or Visual Basic, then C++, Java and JSP, that is Java Server Pages, then Python, and then Ruby on Rails and so on. There are other languages also available. So these are the basic example which are the server side programming language. Now as we have learned the server side programming, just recall the client side programming that we have learned already. Client side programming, similarly to server side programming, client side programming is also the name of the entire program that runs on the client. For example, you are typing a C program for a menu driven, that means you want to insert the array, you just want to display the array, you want to insert a element at a specific position. So such type of menus you have provided. So this is what a menu driven program client side. So that is a simple program that can be executed at the client side. Or we can say that client side programming mostly deals with the user interface with which the user interacts in the web. Now it is mostly a browser, as I told you in the second slide, that means it is mostly a web browser. That means client is what? Just web browser. We are not considering client, that means the user who are going to access that particular data. No, client is what? Web browser. Okay, in the user's machine that runs on runs the code and is mainly done in the any scripting language like JavaScript. So about the JavaScript we have already learned. Now which are the client side users? It makes the web page interactive. It works as an interface between user and server. Okay, so it's provide client side programming provide the interface between user and server. It sends the request to the server. For this it will use the HTTP request protocol. It retrieves the data from the servers. For this HTTP request will be used. It interacts with the local storage. That means some informations will be stored as cookies in your web browser. Provides the remote access for the client server program. So these are the client side users. Now which are the client side programming? We have learned JavaScript, HTML, CSS, all this what? A client side programming. Okay, so that is used to provide interaction to the client, that to the user. Okay, so here you can see the JavaScript that we have learned in the previous chapter. VBScript also used for the client side programming. Then HTML, we have learned HTML and CSS. HTML, that means a structure of your web document, and CSS, that means the layout of your web document, Ajax, jQuery, etc. So these are the client side programming languages. Now in our syllabus we have the PHP programming. Okay, so let's have a look at this PHP. First of all, PHP introduction. So PHP stands for the Hypertext Preprocessor. PHP is widely used open source scripting language. Okay, PHP scripts are executed on the server. So PHP is the server side programming, so its scripts will be executed on the server. PHP is an amazing and popular language. Why? Because it is a powerful enough to be at the core of the biggest blogging system, that is a WordPress, that it is used in the Facebook also. Okay, and it also easy for beginners to learn the PHP. So that's why it is amazing and popular. Now what is the PHP file? So PHP file can contain the text file, HTML, CSS, JavaScript and PHP code, and it is executed on the server and the result is returned to the browser as a plain HTML. Okay, and PHP files have the extension that is .php. Now what can do the PHP, or we can say which are the features of the PHP. So here you can see the PHP can generate the dynamic page content. Okay, so for the dynamic website we can use the PHP. PHP can create, open, read, write, delete and close files on the server. So file manipulations also you can done using the PHP. PHP can collect the form data. So whenever you are inserting the data, for example for student registration, so that is the HTML form. So whenever you will press on that submit button, that data should be redirected to the server. So that means PHP can collect the form data. PHP can send and receive cookies also. It can add, delete, modify the data in your database. So we can do the querying in the database also. We can do the modification in database also using the PHP. PHP can be used to control the user access. That means authorized users can access, authorized permissions we can provide using the PHP, and it is also used for encrypt the data. So these are the features of the PHP. Now why PHP? Okay, so in previous slide also we have learned about why PHP is a popular and amazing technology. Okay, so PHP runs on the various platforms, which that is Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, etc. PHP is compatible with almost all the servers, okay, that is used today, that is Apache and IIS server. PHP supports a wide range of databases. Okay, we can use the numbers of databases with the PHP, and most thing PHP is free. Okay, so you can download it from this site. Then PHP is easy to learn and run efficiently on the server side, as it is easy for the beginners engineer to learn the PHP. Okay, so these are the features why we have to use the PHP. Now, summary of this lecture, we have learned about the server side scripting, introduction. Then we have learned about the concept of the client and server. What is client and what is server? Client, that means who is going to request, and server, that means who is going to reply. Client side programming, that means we have learned about client side programming, that means we can do the practical that basically execute at the client side only. Okay, so client side programming that we can do using the JavaScript that we have learned. Then PHP introduction. Okay, so as we are going to start the PHP, so that is a PHP introduction. So these are the topic that we have covered. Remaining interesting topic we will cover in the next lecture. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.